Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. Joining me here in the classroom today is, of course, my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Mr. Curtis, if you could please say hello to everybody.
Oh, why, hello, everybody. Professor, thank you so much for inviting me here to class today.
I mean, you're obligated to be here. It's your literal job.
Say hello to everybody, and just to be here to support you and assist you as your teaching assistant. It really gives me the fulfillment I need in life.
Yeah, it's good that it gives you fulfillment because we are not paying you. You do not get any cash.
Yeah, I get paid in life experiences.
And you're pretty self-sufficient. You don't really need any money. Also, here in the classroom today is our trainer in training, our class president, if you will, Corbin. If you could please say hello to everybody.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Nobody told me. Everybody told me actually that I can't rap, but nobody told me that I couldn't sing.
I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot sing.
Well, sorry, Corbin. The professor said no. You can't do it anymore.
Nope. No more singing. No more rapping. No more singing.
What about spoken word? I know you've heard that I am in this class and I aim to pass.
Wow,
right?
you have honestly, you have an artist's spirit, and I think that's beautiful. But I don't really. It's kind of just distracting.
Well, that's why the poem segment, whenever we do it, is my favorite part of the class because it's like the only thing I'm good at.
You do crush it.
So
I should do my part as a professor, and when I see somebody in my class who is going to be an artist, I really just need to just drag them through the mud. I need to just ruin their life so they have that anger, that depression to really just build all of their art from. So I'm gonna
have trauma to pull from, otherwise it's not good art. I write a lot about my dad leaving when I was young. So
this is
maybe he heard your rapping and that's why he left.
It's possible.
Oh.
Can we move on?
Yes, Mr. Curtis, go ahead.
I was just saying this is a house of science and math. There's no room for art. Take your artsy fartsy stuff and go away.
Wow.
Well, no, you have to stay here. You have to say just take your artsy fartsy stuff and throw it out the window.
Okay. Well, I'm not doing that.
Put it in the corner.
Okay, that's also fine. All right, so we have a lot to talk about today. Does anybody know the Pokemon? Well, you know what? Before I do that,
yes,
we have some emails here from virtual students that I just need to get through because Corbin.
Yes.
I think you might have some competition.
Uh-oh. What do you mean? Are there other rappers better than me?
No. Well, I mean, there's plenty. None of them have written in yet, but no, I'm talking about your class president status.
Oh. What's going on? What's happening? Am I getting revoked?
Well, no, it's an election, so eventually you'll lose your position, but
Well, you don't know that. I could get reelected. You don't know that.
I did file the impeachment paperwork, but the principal hasn't signed off on them yet.
I know it's a real gerrymandering going on by that the principal.
Well, I'm holding my ground for now.
All right. Well, the first email that we have here from a virtual student is from Vespa Swiftbinder. What an excellent name, Vespa.
Wow. Is that a real name or is that like a username?
I'm assuming, well, they go by Vess, so I don't know. I'm not sure.
Can you please send us your social security number and
no,
card?
Absolutely not.
Don't ignore Corbin.
Don't do that.
Don't do
not.
that.
All right.
Please
send us anything.
I don't want that.
I just need to know who my competition is for class president. That's all I'm saying.
That's not necessary.
Please send in your IP address and
No, don't do that either.
Preferably your bank account information.
No, okay. No, editor, cut all this out. Cut all this out. I don't want to be implicated in any of this.
Routing and account number. And then what those 3 magic numbers on the back of your debit card are.
Yes, please. God.
We're all joking here. This is a funny joke. Anyways, this email from Vespa says, hello and greetings to Professor Jacob, Mr. Curtis, and ... Corbin.
Now, why you gotta say it like that?
Corbin.
You're right. I don't know if that was their intention, but it certainly feels like it. They go on to say, my name is Vess, and I write to you all today for a collection of reasons. The first is to thank the professor for his wonderful teachings. As
Here,
someone...
here.
All right.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Wonderful
Oh,
teaching,
thank you.
wonderful
Thank you,
teaching,
yes.
thank you.
Uproarious applause.
Oh, thank you.
As someone who joined late to the class, the Golem lesson, well, they said episode, but I'm sure
It's
meant lesson.
not. It's typo.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I quickly caught up through the lessons and now await every class eagerly. They are always insightful, and I walk away a better prepared trainer than I went in.
Facts. Yep.
True. I mean, I think we all, even Corbin, I think, is better prepared on his way out than he is.
I'm ready. Yeah. Some would say I'm ready now.
Well,
to be
I mean,
a trainer.
More prepared doesn't equal ready.
Okay.
Right,
All right.
I mean-
all right. That's fair.
The other reason I decided to write in was to toss my hat into the ring for student council president. I believe it is time for a student to take the lead who spends their off hours studying and not in clown school.
Whoa.
Oh, yes. Ha,
fair.
Corbin.
That is
Okay,
fair.
it's
I mean,
a
let's be
clown
honest.
class. I don't go to a whole school. I'm not a weirdo. Okay.
Yeah, and listen, Mr. Mime does put it. Sorry, Professor Mr. Mime. Professor Mime, the Mr.
Doctor
Mime.
It's actually
Professor
a
Mr.
doctor.
Mime.
It's actually a doctor, but he's a doctor, but he prefers to go by professor because he's not like that.
Okay, so Professor Mime, the Mr. Mime, who has a doctorate,
Yep.
is very good at what he does, and you know that clown school is nothing to put your nose up at, Vess. All right, so let's not.
Except for it is nowhere near as cool as this.
Again,
class.
it's not a whole
You'd
school.
be better
I just
off
go
studying for this class.
I just go to a class. Okay, that's it.
I understand what you're saying, Vess. Please
Vess
continue.
goes on to say, Corbin has been a fair, and then parentheses, and equitable representation of us,
Thank you.
but now I think we need better.
What?
One who doesn't get arrested for spewing poor rhymes, but one who is also a fan of Spinnerack.
Here.
Oh my god.
I think Vess has Curtis's vote.
Well, now they're just
yes.
they're just kissing butt. That's all they're doing. They're
Vess.
just sucking up.
I mean, that's what a good politician does, Corbin. Maybe you should take the time to start.
No, a good
puckering
politician
up.
makes empty promises. Okay.
Vess finishes by saying, "Thank you for taking the time to read this. It's been an honor. Yours truly, V." Thank you. You know what? It's been my honor, Vess. Thank you so much for that.
You know what?
well worded email. We will definitely put your hat into the ring for class president.
Okay.
We're still going to try to figure out how we're going to do that exactly, but we're going to take everybody's names that we get that wants to throw their hat into the ring, put their ring in. Yes,
Hats
that's
and
the-
rings, something like
hats
that.
and rings to put their name in for council or student class president technically, and then we're going to decide on a new class president in the beginning of 2023.
Yes.
And we'll figure out how to go.
There's
from
a
there.
chance I could win re-election though. But yeah.
Good.
It's
Yes, I mean the
unlikely.
incumbent does have a good chance of winning.
That's
I
true.
mean, you'll have to provide us your platform
Oh,
there,
okay.
Corbin, and maybe
I'll have
some
to write
examples
something.
of what you've done.
Okay. Well, Vespa, thank you for your email. It was a little harsh towards me, but that's okay.
We do have another email here that comes to us from Digger. We did already get an email from Digger before, so we're gonna recognize this wonderful student for their excellent extra credit work. Oh, by the way, Vess, you will also get extra credit points because any kind of extra work that goes above and beyond the classwork that I assigned, I consider extra credit work. So you will get
Yes.
extra credit.
Very nice.
Excellent job.
Very good.
Digger says, "Good afternoon, Professor. My name is Digger Goldsmith, and I would like to submit my name for a chance at the position of class president, considering election day is coming up. Your loyal student, Digger from Lavender Town." Thank you so much. Loyalty is very, very important, especially in a class president.
Yes.
Something that Corbin has yet to show.
Oh, come on. I've been loyal. What are you talking about?
But you know. Have you been? I see you going over to Professor Mime's class and talking about how bad my lesson was.
I don't do that. Listen, and to answer Vespa's email about spending time outside of the class studying, I do spend time outside of the class studying. I just don't go to Mr. Curtis's study sessions because
Who does?
they
Let's be honest,
offer
who does?
right exactly.
I've seen your logins at the library. Okay, I know you're there.
See, I'm a good studious student. All right.
Professor Dr. Mime study session, but you're not there to see me.
You'd think your grades would reflect that.
My grades have gotten infinitely better than when
That
we
is
first
true.
started.
They have gotten better.
All right, shut up.
That is true.
Now, Digger did not provide any reason why they should be class president.
Well, they said that they're a loyal student, and sometimes that's reason enough.
That was part of a signature. That's not really them advocating for themselves. That's basically them saying bye bye. I'm loyal. Like that doesn't count.
Well, Mr. Goldsmith, if you would like to provide a more detailed explanation as to why you should be considered for class president, I would be very interested in reading it. But you will also get extra credit points this week for your wonderful email. Thank you so much. But now we have to move on. We have to move forward. We have to talk about Pokemon. Does anybody know who we're talking about today?
It rhymes with Tangela.
It's diff.
Okay, well, the fact that you know that it rhymes with something makes me think that you do know what it is.
I just can't remember the first letter.
Well, you are wrong because it is Decidueye. So
oh my goodness.
There's going to
Mr.
be a point where that
Curtis.
stops being funny, and then what are you going to do, Mr. Curtis? What are you going to do?
Mr. Curtis, nobody thinks that's funny, okay? Nobody does. At this point, you're just doing it. You're not dumb, Mr. Curtis. And this is the only time I'm ever going to say it. You're not dumb. You're doing it on purpose because you know it's not Decidueye, okay?
Well, I know that. Here's the deal, right? I know that Decidueye has not been done, and I know it will come eventually. So
you just hope you're going to guess it one day.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
If I keep guessing the same thing every day, eventually I will get there.
It's not a bad strategy. Hold on. I have an aunt that has a similar name. I have an aunt, Tangela.
Yes. On Tangela. I see how you did there. I see how you got there.
Thank
Excellent
you so
job.
much.
Yes, we are learning about Tangela, the Vine Pokemon. Has anybody seen Tangela? We kind of go back and forth on how to pronounce it. I think you can pronounce it either way.
Or Tangel.
Well, it is an A at the end, so you have to say that.
Tangel A.
Hey.
Hey.
But yes, Tangela. Has anybody seen a Tangela? They are fairly rare Pokemon.
I saw one mucking around in my mom's garden once, and that was the only time.
Okay. What does mucking around mean?
Like normally it has like the behavior of a muck, but it was impersonating a muck, but it was a Tangela.
Excellent. Mr. Curtis, have you ever seen one?
No, I don't believe I have.
All right, well, let's take a quick look at Tangela. Of course, I have one here because I always come prepared to class. This is what Tangela looks like.
Oh, you know what? I think I have seen one of those before. There's a wad of that outside my back patio. It's
that feels really prejudiced to call a Tangela, quote, a wad of that. I don't like the way that sounds.
Well, we have
that dirty
wad. That's what a group of Tangela is called, actually. It's a wad.
A wad of Tangela?
A wad.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But no, that's where we throw all the old webbing that I have to recycle out of the house from my
you throw it
colony.
On the Tangela?
No, into a big pile.
Oh.
And this Tangela looks like a big curly mess of webbing.
Okay, well, it's not the same thing, right?
They look completely different.
This one's alive and it has feelings and it's starting to cry a little bit from how mean you're being.
It doesn't really like that, Mr. Curtis. Come on. I for one think Tangela's cute.
There's no substance more beautiful in the world than my Spinnerack silk.
Shut up. We're not here for that. Continue, please.
All right, let's please, Corbin, if you could describe to me Tangela.
So honestly, let me take the students that are listening on a visual journey.
Ooh,
Picture
bring
a
us into
pile.
Your mind palace.
Mind palace. Let's buckle in here, guys. Picture a ball. Picture a mesh ball of blue spaghetti. Yes. No sauce. No sauce. Red feet.
Unless it's blue sauce.
Red feet.
Like little meatballs upon the spaghetti.
Right, kinda. And then you just see two holes where the eyes are emerging from the darkness within. You can't see the body. It's just a mess of blue spaghetti with two little red feet, and that's it.
That's a pretty good. It's a pretty good description there, Corbin. Now, what would you say? How would you describe the motion of Tangela's vines? Because that is what that you described as the blue spaghetti. Those are vines.
It looks less viney. It looks different than like a Bulbasaur's vines. It looks kind of more like seaweed. You'd expect maybe.
Okay,
and
sure.
they're kind of like vibrating a little bit. Like they're shaking a lot. Like every time it like
undulating,
moves.
I think.
Yeah, like undulating. That's the word.
They're jiggling and jangling.
I don't hear any jangling.
I don't hear any jangling.
Well, you don't hear that?
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's just me.
You should get that checked out.
Mr. Curtis's ears can hear decibels far lower than ours can.
Yeah.
And frequencies.
Those deep low jangles.
All right. I think we've all gotten a pretty good look at Tangela. I would honestly try your best not to touch a Tangela. They tend to just ensnare anything they do touch. So I just wouldn't touch it. And I know from past experiences that as soon as I tell you not to touch something, that's exactly when
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I can see your hand moving towards.
I'm
Tangela
not doing
right
it.
now.
I'm not doing it.
All right,
put
I'm
that
putting.
down.
All right, before this gets out of hand, I'm putting Tangela back into the Pokeball.
Okay, all right,
back
fine.
in.
Bye. Curtis, do not slap me. Do not slap me again.
Yeah. What? You don't want me to do this?
Stop. Okay, this is just assault at this point. Like
It kind of is.
Yeah, this is your.
That was a love tap on the back of the hand.
Okay. No, it hurt a little bit. Is this really what you want as your assistant, an abuser?
I have to keep order. Okay.
I mean,
could have used the big paddle.
I was kind of assigned Mr. Curtis. I didn't choose him, so I don't really get a say.
Oh. Oh, that's a new bit. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, it's true. All right, I think it's time to read these Pokedex entries on Tangela. Learn a little bit
But you would choose me now, right, Professor?
Anyways, the first entry here says, the whole body is swathed with wide vines that are similar to seaweed. Its vines shake as it walks.
Yeah, we saw some of that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just like you said, similar to seaweed.
Yeah.
Although seaweed, so I think it is much more spaghetti-like, right? Because seaweed is thin, but these
seaweed's
are
more
noodles.
thin and kind of semi-opaque, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You couldn't see through the vines at all.
Those thick, hairy vines.
They weren't hairy.
They certainly weren't hairy.
No, they were not hairy.
Debatable.
Okay. The next entry here says, its identity is obscured by masses of thick blue vines. The vines are said to never stop growing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why it has to tangle around itself, I guess.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, does it trim them? But no, it just kind of keeps folding back on itself.
There's some natural things that kind of trim it. It just happens to shorten the vines, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
The last entry here from the Kanto region says, its identity is obscured by countless blue vines that are similar to seaweed. Will become entangled with anything. Anything.
Like a Charizard's breath.
It will become entangled.
Well, right? Yeah, it might, but unfortunately the Charizard's breath will then melt it and turn it into liquid, so it won't be tangled. Could
it become entangled with a Pidgeot flying Mach 2 over it?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. It wouldn't be able to do it fast enough, so no, it wouldn't.
Okay.
Any other outlandish things you want to ask about, Corbin?
No.
Can
no.
Tangela entangle the friends that we made along the way?
No, that's just ridiculous. I wouldn't ask that.
It's something. It's a thing.
It is.
Hey.
All right. Moving on to the Johto region. The vines that cloak its entire body are always jiggling. They effectively unnerve its foes.
Huh.
I didn't find it that unnerving.
Yeah,
you're not a foe. That's why.
I don't think it was unnerving. Yeah, because we're friends, and that's why we don't find it unnerving. If you harbor ill will towards Tangela, then you find it unnerving.
Right. And the only Pokemon that finds you unnerving is Squirtle. Because, you killed one that one time. Remember? Allegedly,
not
never been proven or accused.
We should probably stop bringing that up.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
So just kind of
hear from my lawyer.
Sweep it under the rug.
Okay.
Because we don't want that kind of that kind of press here at the Saffron City Learning Center.
Perry does not approve. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the next entry says it tangles any moving thing with its vines. So maybe it can tangle a Pidgeot moving Mach 2. I don't know.
I mean, it's old
It's
enough.
a moving thing.
Yep.
Their subtle shaking is ticklish if you get ensnared.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I mean, there's so many things in this wonderful world that we live in, this wonderful Pokemon world, this wonderful world of Pokemon. If you will.
Sorry.
Oh.
I just love the way it sounds.
I know, right? That if they touch you, it poisons you forever. So it's kind of nice that Tangela's vines, that yes, they will entangle you, but it just tickles a little bit. It doesn't like make you itch until you die.
Doesn't sound like a
Right.
a very effective Pokemon to use in battle because it's just going to tickle the opponent,
It doesn't mean that's all it's going to do.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Curtis, I see your hand was raised. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Who was that again that tickled us until you die? I remember us talking about
Well,
that.
not
but I couldn't
tickle. It
remember.
makes you itch forever.
Right, itch until
Which
you
I
die.
think it was Lickitung.
Ah, yes. The one with the big tongue.
I believe Haunter also does something. I think Haunter's tongue also does
No,
something
I think
similar.
Haunter's tongue, it licks you when you like die or something. Like just
Like
immediately.
hold on, let's see here. It will try to lick you with its tongue and steal your life away. Yeah.
Told you.
Yep.
I remembered
bad.
that. Gold star for me.
Excellent. Well, no gold star.
No, okay.
Yeah, by licking. Sorry, this is Haunter, by the way. It's good to do a recap every so often. By licking, it saps the victim's life. It causes shaking that won't stop until the victim's demise. So yeah,
Ah, beautiful.
beautiful. Thanks, Haunter. I think I'll take a Tangela instead. Actually, weirdly enough. Okay, the next entry says during battle, we're back on Tangela. Sorry for that weird detour that we took into Haunterland. We're
Yes,
back
come on
back in the world of Tangela now.
Yes.
During battle, it constantly moves the vines that cover its body in order to annoy its opponent.
Huh. So that's its advantage, is just visually
Yeah.
annoying it.
It's like
Yeah.
fighting like a Nidoking or something. And it moves its vine, and Nidoking's like, stop it. And it moves the vine again. And
Gross.
it's
Stop
like,
it.
cut it out. Oh, it's so annoying. Stop. He keeps doing it.
And then it vine whips them, and then they're dead.
And then he wins. And honestly, yeah, I guess it wouldn't be super effective. It'd only be normally effective considering it's ground and poison. So
Yes.
if you want to get into type differences, again, I don't think we should be categorizing Pokemon based on their type. I think Egg Group is a far better form of categorization, but whatever. It works for some things. All right, that does it for the Johto region. Let's move on to the Hoenn region. The first one says Tangela's vines snap off easily if they are grabbed.
Oh.
This happens without pain, allowing it to make a quick getaway. The lost veins are replaced by newly grown vines the next day.
Well, look at that. It's kind of like Slowpoke. It's like
Yeah.
you just kind of rip that off, and it's good to go.
Yeah.
Stop speaking of such evil things.
You did it.
No, I did not. I never to a slowpoke. Of course not.
So Squirtle, on the other hand.
Yeah, Squirtle's different story. though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that kind of like goes back to your question. Well, I don't know if you asked this question, but this is how it kind of manages, I guess, the growth rate of its vines. Like they kind of snap off pretty easily and painlessly, so they can.
So does
grow
it do
new
it
ones.
itself? Like, I wonder if it just like bites it.
I mean, I don't know. We don't even know if it has a mouth, honestly.
That's true. That's a good point. Maybe it just
Yeah, 'cause
stomps on it.
We know it has eyes and feet and a surface for which vines to grow out of, but beyond that, we don't know anything. And we probably could just shine a light in there and see, but nobody's done that yet.
Hey.
No,
hey.
no.
No. That's invasive.
No.
I'm sorry.
Can't
That's-
shine a
listen,
light on a
they've got-
Pokemon without consent. What's the matter with you?
Listen, they have no zones, and you just need to, stay out of it.
What if Tangela was just a black void to another dimension, and the vines are just
Whoa.
growing from it?
Where do the eyes fit in? Then?
It's somebody peeking in from that dimension.
Oh my god,
peeking
that's
in through the
horrifying.
void.
That's a terrifying
It's
thing
a
to think
being
of.
from another dimension that's peeking in, and it's like that's like
That
one.
would
fifth
explain
of
the
it.
feet. Honestly, that would explain the feet. Because Tangela's feet are weird. They don't really fit the rest of its body.
It's
You don't
or
think-
it's a kid from another dimension with really long blue hair.
Why a kid?
Well, it's very short.
You're right. Sorry, silly me.
It's just a portal with feet that's sticking out.
To another dimension where everybody has long blue viney hair that just grows forever.
Well, guys, save this for the essay portion. My goodness.
Oh,
Sorry. Such interesting
sorry.
ideas and theories.
Oh, don't worry. I'm already writing, Professor.
Okay.
It's going to be, I hope you're ready. Okay. That's all I have.
I was born ready. The next entry here from the Hoenn region says, blue plant vines cloak the Pokemon's identity in a tangled mass. It entangles anything that gets close.
And everything.
Yes, so I guess that includes a Pidgeot moving at Mach speed.
I mean, yeah, if we can throw it up there.
A Charizard's breath for a brief moment before it melts the vines.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What else?
A muck.
Yes, it can entangle a muck, even though muck is mostly liquid and can probably slip right out.
Mm-hmm.
True.
All right, moving on to the Sinnoh region. It is shrouded by blue vines. No one has seen the face hidden behind this growth of vines.
Really? No one?
Because nobody's tried hard enough. Nobody's cared.
No one has cared, huh? I guess
Nobody cares.
It's just they don't want to be invasive. They want to be respectful, you know?
The next entry says, the blue vines shrouding its body are covered in a growth of fine hair.
Oh.
It is known to be ticklish.
Oh!
All right. I'll give you that one.
No.
See, they think it's hairy.
The blue vines shrouding its body are covered. Oh, okay.
So the blue vines have hair on them.
Okay.
I told you.
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, that's where the tickles come from.
Yeah, I guess so. So it's it's like a velour.
It's like a soft velvet
It's a velvet vines
of like little tiny hairs.
It's like a down pillow.
I'll be honest. I thought they were slimy. I'm not gonna. I thought that they were slimy. I never touched one.
How dare you?
Gotta get
Professor.
closer. You gotta take a look.
I just gotta give one a big hug.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
it's just.
You know what?
Just a light.
This is something that we should do in lessons going forward.
Touch.
Huggability of a Pokemon.
Okay.
I'm thinking
We should do that.
I'm thinking Tangela way up there on the huggability.
Yeah.
Okay.
Near the top.
All right, we're starting
pretty
it.
huggable.
New segment here. All right.
Yes.
Huggability.
Let's take a brief moment to go through all the other Pokemon that we've talked about.
Okay,
and
so
decide-
Bulbasaur.
Right. So Bulbasaur.
10.
No,
Ivy's
got those vines.
Stop. What's the scale here?
Oh, 10 to 1.
Is the 10 is the best hugging?
10
and
is the
1
best. 10 is like I gotta hug it now.
14 to 3 is the
Shut
scale.
up! No, 1
That's
to 10.
14
horrible. That's
14
horrible.
is
Okay,
No.
so
14
the way
is, like,
a normal
super
human
huggable.
being would say this is on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes,
Right, with 1 being the least amount of hug.
that's what I said. Yes,
That's not what you said.
that's
You
what
said
I
10
meant.
To 1.
Yes.
And then 10 being the most huggable. I don't think Bulbasaur is a 10. I'll be honest with you.
Well, he's got those vines.
Yeah, but it's like
They're made for hugging.
Listen.
no, 'cause
Listen.
it's like it doesn't have arms or anything.
Listen.
It only has 2 vines.
Listen. But
Yes.
it's so cute.
It is cute. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for huggability.
You know, that's a good point, Professor. I will give it an 11 out of 14.
I'm okay. We need to
Okay,
just.
Mr. Curtis can't play anymore.
Nope, you're not playing anymore.
3 to 14.
Um,
I'm giving it 11.
I would give. Okay, let's circling back. I would give Tangela probably an 8 or a 9 on the huggability scale.
I'm giving Tangela like a 9.9. I think it's pretty high up there. Oh, question.
solid 13. Solid
I'm
13.
gonna give it a 9.
Machamp? Where's Machamp? this.
Probably a 1. Those muscles are too much. It's gonna be hard.
But it has
I'm not
4
gonna like that.
arms.
4 arms. But it's
More isn't always better.
Is this going to be like is it the potential danger of the hug though? Is that in there? Because like
It's not
Machamps
gonna
can
feel
move
good.
mountains. Machamps can move mountains, so like
Yeah, but they can also.
they could crush me like a little tiny baby boy.
I mean, I'd be fine with that.
And you know what?
Sounds good to me.
Finally.
All right. Well, I'll give it a 9 out of 3 to 14.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we Tangela please back?
Yes,
To the,
yes, we can continue with Tangela. All right, so let's move on to the Unova region.
Woo.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
Yes, there is an
What?
entry here.
Remind
the
you of your
Unova
party
region.
There's
days.
an entry from the Unova region.
Yes,
No
God,
way.
I remember them fondly.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. I never partied. It was all a lie from Professor
No,
Palm. For
Professor
those
Palm
of you
would
who
never lie.
remember,
Nope.
many lessons ago. Anyways, there is only one here from Unova, and it's very, very similar to most of the other ones we've read. But it's so rare we get something from Unova. I'm gonna read it anyways. Many writhing vines cover it, so its true identity remains unknown. The blue vines grow its whole life long.
That's weirdly worded.
I don't think I think that's a fair.
Whole life long.
Whole
Whatever.
life.
Hey,
Whole
I
life
can't sing.
long.
Why can you?
Because I'm good at
Because I didn't get arrested.
it. Yeah.
It's growing for its whole life. It ain't got
No,
no strength.
no,
Okay.
No,
that's it.
no,
I'm
no,
going,
no.
Jenny.
No, please, please. No, please.
All right, that does it for Unova. Nothing new for Kalos, and unfortunately nothing from Alola. However, we do have some entries from the Galar region. The first one says, hidden beneath a tangle of vines that grows non-stop even if the vines are torn off, this Pokemon's true appearance remains a mystery. Ooh, yes. The next one says, the vines of a Tangela have a distinct scent. In some parts of Galar, Tangela vines are used as herbs.
Ooh, yeah. Maybe we should also grade Pokemon on their smellability.
Their use in cooking.
Wait, like cooking them?
I mean, or something that we can get off of them, I guess. Like vines.
The
right.
tasteability, if you will.
The taste of the
Right.
tasteability.
Like the Galar Slowpoke tail.
All right, question. Where do you think Machamp lies on the tasteability scale?
I still a 1. I know. I think a
it's
1.
gonna be
Not-
musky, that's for sure.
Absolutely 3.
I think it
out
would
of
smell
14.
like an old gym sock.
Well, but some cheeses smell like old gym socks, and people love it.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
continue,
I guess
please.
those people are not in this room. All right. There is one more entry here. It comes to us from the Hisui region. It says, it is cloaked entirely in blue vines, preventing any glimpse of its true identity. The vines impart a refreshing sensation when chewed. They are useful as a spice.
Wow, so I could have just
Invigorating.
grabbed that little guy and just...
I know. Who looked like... Okay, so maybe they, like, tried to grab a Tangela, and its, like, vine snapped off, and they had just had a Tangela vine in their hand, and they were looking at this blue, furry thing, and was like...
Slightly jiggling.
No, yeah, this is going in my mouth for sure.
Delicioso.
Wow, refreshing. That's what happened. Okay. I mean, I guess it was the same person who ate a Chansey egg. It was like, oh, wow. All my health came back.
Beautiful.
All right, so that does it for the regional entries on Tangela. There's also one unique entry here. It comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. It says, Tangela, a vine Pokemon. Its body is wrapped in vines. The rest of its form is hidden beneath these vines.
No doubt, we know that.
And so there was 3 sentences in that entry. Every single sentence included the word vine.
Very nice.
For those of you keeping track at home.
That's good. Thank you.
All right, that does it on all the entries on Tangela. I think we've learned a lot today. What do you guys think?
In some ways, I feel like I've learned nothing.
Really? You think you already knew everything there is to know about Tangela?
Just from looking at it, yeah, honestly. No hidden secrets there.
I mean, it tickles you when it's so yes, it tickles you when it entangles you, but it itself is also ticklish. You knew that just by looking at it?
Okay, no, I didn't.
What about how refreshing it tastes, Corbin?
Yeah.
Did you take a bite of that Tangela?
No, because the professor wouldn't let me get close enough.
No. So you did learn something today.
Exactly.
I was,
You know,
okay, you're right.
Tangela, I think, would be a great friend. Again, very high on the huggability scale. As a battler, though, I really don't think it's gonna do that.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Where would you rank it on? Let's give it to Corbin as a Pokemon.
Absolutely not.
Fairly high, as long as this rating takes place after Corbin has received his trainer's license and completed this course.
No.
Okay, good.
As
Yeah,
class
the speed.
president,
Can I just say-
I can do things that other people can't do.
I think Tangela is an excellent first Pokemon to have. It sucks that they're so rare, but I think that they are excellent first Pokemon.
If only somebody had one right now in the classroom they could give me.
Maybe,
yeah.
maybe if you, maybe we'll come back and we'll decide you can have a Tangela. I mean, you said you really wanted Gubby, our Growlithe.
I do really want Gubby, the Growlithe that you
but-
displayed in class. How's
Yes,
he doing?
I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. So
Oh,
it's kind of been sitting in his Pokeball.
Oh God. Okay.
That's fine. They turn into pure energy. They don't need to eat or sleep or drink or anything.
I was a little disappointed you wouldn't let me send him up region, but
Well, he's my best friend that I haven't talked to in maybe a year or so. All right, but I think it's time to move on, and we've learned a lot. But now I need to test how much you've learned. Make sure you're listening.
I'm
Make
ready.
sure you're
I've
paying
been writing
attention.
my essay this entire
Well,
time.
we're not doing an
so I hope
essay.
you're ready.
We're not doing an essay.
Oh, you told me there was an essay.
It's kind of an essay if you think about it, but it's more of an essay that has the ability to rhyme. We're doing a poem.
Okay.
We're doing a poem today.
Oh, okay.
Yay!
Yeah, I could just add a couple rhyming words in here, and that's fine.
That's kind
I'm
of generally
okay.
what you do for your poems, anyways, Mr. Curtis. So. So we're gonna do a poem today on Tangela.
All right.
So you guys take your time. I don't have a rubric for the poem. I really should.
Can I
Dig it?
wrap it?
Is it integral to your poem?
It doesn't need to be wrapped, but fine.
No,
I
absolutely not.
honestly I can't, because if I allow you to rap, Corbin, then I'm an accomplice, and I can't
right.
do that.
All right, fine.
I can't allow the professor to risk the jail time that comes with letting you rap.
Okay, all
All
right,
right,
sorry.
so Corbin, go ahead, please give us your poem on Tangela.
Okay. All right, here we go. I call this one the Tangela poem. Here we go.
Whoa,
Very good.
revolutionary.
I need silence. Silence. Your vines sway to and fro, for every man and woman to know. Pure beauty. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He coughs sometimes. He's not. It's
I'm
not
sorry,
an
please
insult to you.
continue.
He just coughs.
Please
sometimes.
continue.
All right, from
I'm
the
sorry.
top. Here we go. Make a drop. Your vines sway to and fro, for every man and woman to know. Pure beauty you encapsulate, a grass type we appreciate. Your face is hidden from within, a nest of blue, no end or begin. Figure unknown to all who see the majesty of your jiggly body. Tickle me slow and tickle me soft. Your sweet smells I love to waft. Embrace me with your endless arms. It's the only time I feel free from harm. That's it.
Wow, amazing. And he really just puts on like a voice, a poem reading voice when he does his poem.
An ASMR voice, if you will.
Yes.
It was a little bit,
Yes.
you got a little bit too close to the Tangela there. There were some vibes that I wasn't quite sure about.
Made me a little uncomfortable.
Just a little bit, but very good nonetheless. Very good.
Sorry.
All right, Mr. Curtis, please go ahead. Read your poem.
Okay. Are you ready for my awesome poem?
No.
We'll see.
All right. You ready? Hold on. Let me get a little. Okay. All
That's
right.
maple syrup. I'm pretty sure that he's drinking out of.
That is disgusting.
I think I've like tasted it before, and it's 100% maple syrup.
I need the sugar just to keep me
I
going.
really gotta clog up that throat even more.
Oh, yeah. Get all that phlegm.
All right. So, Tangela Schmangela. Viney.
I know I'm giving him a 0 already, but let's let him finish.
Oh, Professor, please. All right. Tangela Schmangela. Viney boy be tangling ya.
Oh, my. I hate that you refer to every Pokemon as a boy.
Excuse me. I'm talking.
One last time from the top, please.
All right. It's BOI, not like the gender, but just it's a little boy. A little. Anyway. All right. Tangela Schmangela, Viney boy be tangling ya. You wear a coat of jiggling vines. Some might think you're unnerving. Your identity you are conserving, but I think you're dressed to the nines. Tangling anything around you. Luckily, they break off, allowing us to break through.
Oh.
Covered with fine hairs, to nothing their ticklishness compares. What a cool blue dude.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So that was in the form of a limerick, I see.
It was a free flow of my consciousness.
No, it was just so happened to be in the form of a limerick then.
Now, what is a limerick? Does that evolve into a lichen rock? What is that?
I can't believe we haven't named a Pokemon limerick yet. That sounds like such a good name.
It would be.
It does.
Maybe in one. Maybe Hey, I mean, we're about to add an entirely new region to the registry of Pokedex of the National
Oh,
Pokedex.
yeah, I heard about
So
that. Yeah, in the news.
maybe there'll be a Pokemon in there called Limerick. We just haven't seen it yet.
Good point.
Maybe.
Paldea, the Paldea region, for those of you at home.
God,
who
yeah.
are
I
curious.
can't wait for that news to drop.
I know. I'm on pins and needles just to just to get the full new list. And it'll be exciting to talk about in 10 to 12 years when we get there. All right.
Boy.
So excellent job, Curtis and Corbin. Both excellent poems.
Thank
I
you.
love Poem Day.
Oh, I
Can
do
just
too.
say, Poem Day is great.
Oh,
It's the only thing that feels right.
But yeah, you guys did a great job including the information that we learned about in class. So I'm going to go ahead and give you both 100s.
Oh,
Thank you.
yes.
Yes, I'm not going to say whose was
That
better.
was very fair and equitable.
I think we should put it on the Twitter. I think we should put it on Twitter. Who won?
Oh, you want to do a poll on the flying Pokemon themed social network site Twitter?
Yeah, I want to do a poll on Twitter
Okay,
and see
sure.
who had the best poem.
Okay. You know what? I'm fine with that. And just a reminder to everybody, Mr. Curses did start with Tangela Schmangela, so just keep that in mind.
Hold on, you got to say the whole.
No,
Tangela
no.
Schmangela, something. The jiggly
Viney
boy.
boy be tangling.
Well, now I have to read. Now I have to read mine again.
No, it was just the first line because I was very. Proud
It
of
sounds like he's trying to persuade the student body to choose him.
That I will not, say if I'm trying to persuade.
I'm trying
just,
to skew the votes, and I don't like
I'm
it.
just letting people. I just want to remind people that just Tangela Schmangela. Just remember that. Just in your votes.
Sounds like a
okay.
rash. Oh, I got that schmangela.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Mrs. Corbin, I am so sorry to inform you that your dear son Corbin has received a deadly case of Schmangela.
See, it sounds like it.
See,
Nice performance, by the way.
thank you.
Not you. Shut up.
Oh,
All right, that does it for our lesson on Tangela. Does anybody know who we're going to be talking about next week?
It's a grass type again, right?
No,
It's
not. Now, you may be confused because Tangela does evolve. We are not talking about its evolved form next week, though.
Oh, okay.
wait, we're not going to talk about Tangle Growth.
That's not it.
I mean, it was close. You know what? It was close enough. Tanga growth, right?
Tangrowth.
Tangrowth.
There's not a in the middle of it?
I don't think so. I think it's just Tangrowth, right?
Hold on.
Is it Tangrowth or Tangrowth?
Tangrowth.
It's
I
Tangrowth.
think it's Tangrowth.
It's probably Tangrowth.
Probably Tangrowth.
To be my guess.
We're not learning about Tangrowth.
No.
Next lesson is Rhyperior.
No.
Oh.
No. We're actually learning about Kangaskhan.
Kangaskhan.
Yes, Kangaskhan.
Ah, the monster Pokemon.
Oh, is that what it's?
I don't know.
No, that's not what its
I mean,
category is.
That was a guess.
What is its category,
It's
Professor?
the parent Pokemon
Ooh.
for reasons that will become apparent next week.
Oh, that was good.
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Kangaskhan's also really interesting because it's the only one. Hold on, I gotta think about this for a second. Is Kangaskhan the only Pokemon that we've talked about so far that does not evolve?
No.
Kangaskhan doesn't evolve.
Chansey doesn't evolve.
Well,
Chansey does evolve into Blissey.
Oh. Why don't we talk about it?
It's again, we've talked about how the National Pokedex works. It's not based on direct evolution. It's based on when they joined.
Well,
the
we
National
also
Registry of Pokédex.
we talked about
I'm pretty sure it's the only Pokemon we've talked about so far that doesn't evolve. There will be other ones in this in the Kanto region, Pokédex that doesn't evolve. But we're not there yet.
no.
So this is the first one.
I don't think
doesn't have
that's
any-
right, but okay.
What do you mean?
I just don't think it's right. I think there's
You don't think it's right? You think there's another one that we've talked about that doesn't evolve?
maybe.
Lickitung evolves. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan don't evolve, but they evolve from something. Kangaskhan doesn't.
It's got a baby.
Cubo Marowak, Executor, and Execute, Electrode, Kingler.
Okay, we don't have the time for this.
Onyx evolves into Steelix, so that one, does evolve. All of these have evolution lines, maybe that we haven't talked about, but they do evolve.
Huh.
Except
All right.
Kangaskhan.
Well, look at that.
Look at that. But that's next week's discussion. If you have questions for me, the professor, or you would like to throw your hat into the ring to be class president, the race is starting to heat up. Feel free to send us a...
Dunsparce! That's who I was thinking of.
Dunsparce is not in the Kanto region Pokedex.
Oh, I'm ahead of time. I'm sorry.
There is another one. This is interesting. Does anybody know the other Pokemon that's not a legendary Pokemon that doesn't evolve in the Kanto region Pokedex?
Porygon.
No, Porygon does evolve.
Oh.
Does he evolve or does he just get an update?
That's evolution if you think about it.
He downloads a software update.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's Ditto. Ditto doesn't evolve.
Okay.
Oh, well, Ditto doesn't.
That's what I said.
I don't think Ditto evolves.
What about?
Oh my God. I'm gonna lose my mind.
What about?
I'm gonna lose my lunch and then I'm gonna lose my mind. All right. Anyways.
Oh, and Pinsir. Does Pinsir have an update? Or Tauros?
Tauros doesn't either.
Tauros doesn't evolve, and neither does Pinsir. You are right.
Haha.
Excellent. Very good. Oh man, learning so much. I can't wait to talk about those Pokemon.
Anyways, your outro.
Your
outro? Continue.
Yeah, outro. I'm still saying goodbye to the students at home. All right. So yes, send us a Gengar mail if you would like to ask me or any of the other students here a question.
Mm-hmm.
You can also...
or if you want me to release a solo album of my Searching Pokédex song.
No, don't.
No.
Please, Mr. Curtis.
What?
If you could just for like 5 minutes, Mr. Curtis, if you could please let me wrap up the class.
Shut up,
please.
Mr. Curtis. Shut up.
So, again, if you have any questions or would like to throw your hat into the ring for class president, feel free to send us a Gengar mail. It's wwopokemon@gmail.com. If you don't have a Gengar mail account, that is perfectly fine. You can also find us on the flying Pokemon-themed social network site, Twitter. We are there at WWO Pokemon as well. You can also give us a rating on Flapple Podcast or Spotify. Again, those are spelled just like Apple Podcast and Spotify, but we all know how they're actually supposed to be pronounced.
Right.
And honestly, if you just have a friend that you think could benefit from learning more about Pokemon biology, please do not hesitate to let them know.
Don't do it.
Don't hesitate.
Sometimes word of mouth is the best way to get the knowledge of Pokemon out there.
Yes.
But that's going to do it for today's lesson. So until next time, class is dismissed.
Welcome to the World of Pokemon as part of the Pokecasters Network.